Imagine a manager watching every single keystroke. Now, compare that to a boss who completely vanishes the second a massive project lands on your desk. We usually label the hoverer a control freak and the ghost an incompetent slacker. While these behaviors feel like innate personality traits, leadership actually functions as a calculated, adaptable toolkit. This axis represents the control continuum. A manager's position on this scale depends on how much authority they keep for themselves, their specific focus on tasks versus people, and the hidden psychological assumptions they make about their team. Analyzing this spectrum provides the framework to map the power dynamics in any organization. At the extreme left of the scale, the leader retains 100% of the authority. This is autocratic leadership. This style stems from McGregor's Theory X, a cynical psychological assumption that employees are inherently unmotivated and require strict, unyielding supervision to function. These leaders adopt an authoritarian style, dictating orders without consultation and structuring the environment entirely around task completion, with near zero focus on human relationships. This severity offers a critical advantage: lightning-fast decisions. In dangerous situations or sudden emergencies, requiring workers to follow orders without deviation saves lives. Outside of an emergency, the long-term costs accumulate. Autocratic leadership suffocates creative thinking and traps the team in one-way communication, which eventually drops motivation and drives high staff turnover. While the autocratic style secures immediate, unquestioning compliance, it creates a heavy degree of dependency on the leader. Sliding the continuum to the center brings us to democratic leadership. Here, authority is actively delegated, and team members are brought directly into the consultation process. This approach relies on Theory Y, the belief that people are self-directed and desire independence. This diagram shows the participative style in action, a delicate balancing act, maintaining high focus on the task while simultaneously elevating human relationships. Mixing different ideas and logic improves organizational policies and planning. At the same time, team members experience a surge in job satisfaction as they acquire the independence to utilize their own capabilities. However, this style introduces an operational vulnerability. Because building consensus is inherently slow, the sheer speed of execution drops significantly. Democratic leadership sacrifices immediate speed to unlock the collective intelligence and intrinsic motivation of the wider team. At the far right of the continuum, we find laissez-faire, or free-rein leadership. Here, both task focus and relationship focus hit their lowest levels. The leader establishes the ultimate goal, but then entirely steps back, granting the staff absolute freedom to complete the work as they see fit. This creates ultimate personal responsibility, but it only works when deployed on teams of highly experienced, self-starting experts who rely on strong interpersonal relations. Without that specific expertise, this style fails. Subordinates feel lost and miss goals, resulting in a lack of direction and time-consuming coordination. This is why the managerial grid emphasizes micro-adjustments: directive, coaching, supportive, and delegating, reminding leaders that even in low-control environments, teams still require specific types of support. Relinquishing control constitutes a high-risk strategic gamble that relies entirely on the team's pre-existing maturity and skill. These models dispel a major myth about management. Effective leaders avoid anchoring themselves to a single point on the continuum as a permanent identity. In a sudden existential crisis, a leader must be prepared to seize 100% control to keep the team safe. During a strategic shift or a complex creative brainstorm, that same leader must slide back to the middle to harvest the team's best ideas. When overseeing veteran specialists executing a known task, the manager must know how to slide right and step entirely out of the way. Mastery of the continuum relies on the tactical agility to read the room, analyze the stakes, and slide the slider to whatever position the moment demands.